Hello and welcome to our open evening, and thank you very much for giving up your time to visit us this evening. I'm Ann Marie Mulkerins, and I have the great pleasure and privilege of being head teacher at the Compton School. I'm incredibly proud to be head teacher at a school that I've taught at for over 20 years. I came here as head of department a very long time ago. In fact, it was in the last century. I have stayed ever since because I think the Compton School is a very special place. What makes it special? Our school is vibrant, it's diverse, and it's inclusive. That is what I absolutely love about it. And I can honestly say that every single day, I'm inspired by the young people we have here, their spirit, their drive, and their ambition. I hope that by meeting some of our students and staff tonight, you will agree. I know how stressful a time primary to secondary transfer can be, having been through it twice myself. But I hope this evening will go some way to reassuring you and your child. I think you will want to find out about how successful and happy your child would be here and the wider opportunities we provide. I will cover all of this in my talk tonight. If your child was to come here, they would receive a first-class education. Lessons at the Compton School are outstanding, and this is reflected in our most recent Ofsted report and other external reviews. Because we are so successful, we are able to appoint some of the very best teachers there are. We are fully staffed, and all of our teachers are subject specialists and are very passionate about their subjects. In fact, many of our teachers trained with us, learned their craft with us, and have stayed, contributing to our ongoing success. Ultimately, what this means for your child is that they move from very good lesson to very good lesson during the day. And it's this consistency that is very unusual in secondary schools. But it is this consistently high-quality teaching that helps children to make more progress. And crucially, children tell us they enjoy learning here, which is absolutely key to them being successful. We believe in the importance of a broad and rich curriculum at the Compton School. We have a 3-year Key Stage 3 so that your child studies as many subjects for as long as possible before making their choices for Key Stage 4. We think carefully about how to build upon the knowledge that they have already gained from primary school to make sure that they achieve every success in their examinations. At the Compton, our vision, excellence for all, guides us all, students and staff. Over the past few years, we have developed a series of clear and consistent practices about how we teach and the qualities that we wish to develop in our learners. This is called the Compton DNA, and it lies at the heart of our success. We also have a Teach DNA for our staff. Our Learn DNA strand is incredibly important. It outlines our expectations of our students and the qualities we are always striving to develop. When students are successful in achieving these values, they're rewarded through achievement points, postcards, trips. Student success is also regularly celebrated through our celebration assemblies and evenings, and of course the coveted student honours roll displayed in the central area of the school. We believe strongly in the importance of community. We want a safe community where people look out for each other, where they're kind and respectful and enable one another to learn. We believe that success is only possible with a very strong system of discipline. We have very clear and strict rules here, so the school is calm and friendly with lots of praise and encouragement. However, it is important to note that children here know that actions have consequences. This helps to keep the school community safe and children in the right frame of mind for learning. We know that by working with you as parents who share the same expectations and aspirations, that your children, our students, will be successful, happy, and safe with us at school. The combination of outstanding teaching, a strong curriculum, and positive behaviours for learning from our students produces fantastic academic results. And this leads me to the next part of my talk, results. These are incredibly important to us because they make a difference to a young person's life and future choices and the number of options they have. Obviously, the last 2 years have been disrupted due to COVID, and so the first figure I'm going to share with you is actually a 3-year average from before COVID. Our results placed us in the top 5% of schools nationally for the amount of progress students make from Key Stage 2 to the end of Key Stage 4. However, what is truly exceptional about the Compton School is, however you slice the data, all students, regardless of subgroup, regardless of ability, ethnicity, or gender, make exceptional progress. Our progress score can only be that high because we focus on all students making exceptional progress, not just the very brightest, but all students. I'm now going to share with you just a few of our headlines from the results this year. I'm going to start by just looking at the core subjects of English and Maths because those results are incredibly important. So we have always had results in the core subject that have been exceptionally strong, significantly above the national average for both progress and attainment. And this year we had, in English, we had 84 students, or 41%, awarded the very highest grade, a 9, 8, or a 7. And if you're not familiar with the grades, that would be equivalent to the old A** A, and the 9 is now for exceptional progress. And an overall standard pass rate of 93%. Our maths results were 40% of students, again awarded the highest grade, with an overall standard pass rate of 84%. These are critical subjects that every child needs to do well in to help them move on to the next level of education. So students here are in very safe hands. Overall, our GCSE results this year were exceptionally pleasing. We had 85% of students gaining 5+ GCSEs in English and Maths at standard pass. Whilst gifted and talented children do exceptionally well here, as a school we strive for ambition and excellence for all students who come here, and that means the highest grades aren't actually just for the cleverest students. Because of excellent teaching here, we find that children who also work very hard also do incredibly well. And 41% of all grades this year were awarded at 9, 8, or 7. We also had a great sixth form results day in August and celebrated some amazing results. I know it's a long time off for your children because they're only in year 6, so I'm not going to dwell on them, but just to say that we had really happy students, and I think actually they deserved it after 2 years of COVID disrupting both their year 12 and their year 13. Actually, it was the same for the current year 11, or last year's year 11. And so I love this photograph because I think it highlights what we're about. It's a photograph of twins, Matt and Jack, celebrating with their mother on August the 10th. So one of the students doing exceptionally well in his BTEC and the other child doing exceptionally well in his A-levels. And as a school, we are so immensely proud of these results because we know how hard our students worked for them. They worked incredibly hard. And I don't like to listen to the media where they say actually it was a COVID year. Actually, these results, these students deserve them in every single way. Outside the hall, you will see some displays which celebrate some of the truly fantastic results at GCSE, BTEC and A-level, and a map showing the destinations of our sixth form students. Equally important is the fact that they have grown into exceptional young people, many of whom are here tonight as guides or student helpers. We take primary-secondary transfer very seriously, so much so that we have a dedicated member of staff, Miss Mann, who oversees transition. We have strong links with our main feeder primary schools, and we also, in non-COVID times, host an afternoon for pupils who might be the only pupil, or maybe 1 or 2 students coming from smaller primary schools, so that they feel comfortable in September. If your child was to come to us, they would also spend a day with us in the summer term, where they would take part in lessons, they'd meet their new classmates, begin to make new friends, so that the transition from primary to secondary school is as smooth as possible. They will meet their form tutor, who will be a constant presence. They will see your child twice a day. A form tutor in secondary school is a little bit like a class teacher in primary school, but they may not actually teach them any subjects, but they see them twice a day. Each Year 7 class here has 2 form tutors and 2 Year 11 prefects attached to them, so they are very well looked after. Your child will also have a year manager, like Miss Histed, who is the current Year 11 manager, but will be going back to Year 7 in September 2022, and will move up the school with your child. Year managers don't teach and are therefore available throughout the day to help you and your child settle in at the Compton school. We are absolutely thrilled with our new Year 7 students who have just been with us for 3.5 weeks, but actually they are already making huge contributions to our school. I'm now going to hand over to Natty and Rory from Year 7, who will tell you what it's really like to be a student at the Compton, a Year 7 student at the Compton school. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the Compton School. My name's Natty and I'm in Year 7. My favourite thing about school so far is having a different teacher for every subject who's a real expert. I didn't realise how big of an impact it would make, but it makes lessons really fun and we learn so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Rory and I'm in Year 7. My favourite lesson is science. I've really loved the practical experiments we've done so far, and I'm already looking forward to doing more. When I'm older, I want to become an entomologist, someone who studies insects, so science is really important to me. In our first assembly, it was inspiring to see the results of students who did their A-levels this year, and it was exciting to see how many of them are going to university. It's exciting to think that that will be me in a few years. One of the things I really worried about coming to secondary school was making friends. But because there are 210 people in your year group, it doesn't really matter what your interests are, there's always going to be a match for you.
I've been really surprised about how quickly I've made friends. I came here not knowing anyone from primary school, but I've made friends really quickly. Normally, there's an induction day in July where you meet your form and your form tutor. Even though we couldn't have an induction day in July because of COVID, the school did lots of things to help us get ready and make us feel more confident for school. For example, I took part in the summer project in August, which was really fun. At first, I wasn't so sure about coming to school in the summer holidays for a few days. But I'm so glad I did because it was really helpful and I got to know loads of people in my tutor group.
On our first day of school, it was just Year 7 in the school for the day. That made things a lot easier. And some of last year's Year 7s came in to help. They had designed a treasure hunt for us to help us find our way around. Also, every Year 7 tutor group has prefects assigned to work with us. This makes us feel more confident and comfortable around the older students.
The school is really big, and I was quite worried about getting lost. But the good thing is, even though I sometimes get a bit lost, there's always someone who you can ask, and the older students are really kind and will show you the way.
The thing I'm really looking forward to this year is all the clubs. There are so many to choose from. So far, I've already started football club and French club. Clubs are a really good way to meet other people in your year group, learn lots, and have lots of fun. The really good thing about the clubs is that they're all free, so you can try out as many new things as you want.
The lessons are excellent, but there are also lots of opportunities for us to develop our skills outside of lessons. I already know that I really want to become a transition leader in my year group, helping next Year 7s to settle in just like we have. When I'm older, I want to be a nursery teacher, and I know that helping younger students is something I'll be good at and something that will help me work towards my goal.
We really hope you enjoy your evening looking around our school. We feel at home already, and we know this is the place where our ambitions will become reality, with the help of expert teachers who work really hard every day to help us. We enjoy to see lots of you next September. So Natty, would you recommend the Compton School to anyone in Year 6?
Definitely. If I could sum up the last few weeks in just one sentence, I would say, to be honest, it's better. To be honest, compared to primary school, it's better in every single way I could think of.
Thank you. I'm glad you've given them a big round of applause because actually they've just turned 11 this summer. So they're actually very young for Year 7 and I think incredibly brave to stand up and speak to an audience. So thank you very much, Rory and Nassi. Rory and Nassi have already touched upon extracurricular activities. We believe that developing wider interests for children is important, and we try to provide something for everyone, plenty of clubs and trips during the day, after school, and at weekends. We want to broaden children's interests, get them involved in things that they might take into adulthood. In particular, our creative arts provision through drama, music, photography, and art, along with PE, are superb at providing additional opportunities. All of the artwork around the school is produced by our GCSE and A-level students, and I think it's fantastic. If you were to send your sons or daughters to a fee-paying school, you would expect student leadership opportunities to be provided as a matter of course. At the Compton, we also think this is vital. We aim to develop students who are confident and resourceful people. It is an expectation that all students get involved. With this in mind, we provide a range of student leadership activities, votes for schools, student leadership teams. We strongly believe that developing young leaders is part and parcel of preparing young people for life beyond school. We have a large and thriving and very successful sixth form. We offer over 25 A-levels as well as BTEC Business, BTEC Sport and BTEC Applied Science. I'm now going to hand over to Jessica and Harvey, our head girl and head boy, who head up our sixth form leadership team. They will talk to you about what they have gained from being at the school. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Harvey and I am a Year 13 student here at Compton. I'm studying maths, physics and chemistry and I'm also the head boy.
And my name is Jessica. I'm a student in Year 13 currently studying psychology, sociology and business studies, and I'm the head girl of the Compton School. We wanted to share a few of our best experiences here at the Compton School, but first let us start from where this journey all began. Around 7 years ago today, I was sat right here in this audience. There was a buzz of excitement in the air and I knew that studying at this school would be some of the best years of my life. Although the transition from primary school to secondary school seemed rather daunting, the Compton School made me feel so welcome and like I belonged here.
For me, what stood out most when I arrived was the amount of extracurricular activities available at the school. I remember coming into Year 7 and looking in awe at the list of clubs available. There's a huge range of sports teams, music and performing arts clubs, as well as science clubs. There are clubs for everyone. I threw myself into these and I had a great time. The most prominent memory of mine was in a club called Jaguar Cars, a club I did throughout Key Stage 3. Jaguar Cars was about using maths to simulate all aspects of a car race, from adjustments to the car to the amount of fuel that they needed. It was an international competition against over 100,000 students from around the world, including from China and Australia. After being fast enough in the heats to make my way through the rounds, I found myself competing against 19 other schools in the final. I then went on to become the 2017 World Champion, beating second place by 23 seconds, an achievement I am still immensely proud of to this day.
Like Harvey, extracurricular activities have formed a key part of my time in the Compton School. This was a great way to bond with others, make new friends, and discover activities that I didn't know I would like. I definitely recommend that you do that too. I personally am interested in sports, and so I attended the netball club and was selected to play in the competition team. Being a part of this team helped me to develop good sportswomanship, up-level my team working skills, and made me feel more confident because I had finally found something that I really liked and was pretty good at. This also gave me the chance to meet other girls from different schools, and I can proudly say that I've made lifelong friends thanks to netball. I was also heavily involved in the charity clubs from Year 7 to 9, and we were given the opportunity to take part in the We Day charity competition in Year 8. I enjoyed working with my peers to come up with unique and exciting ways to raise money for charity, and this helped me to strengthen my leadership skills and develop my passion for helping others.
On a more academic note, I found that all throughout my time here at the Compton, there has always been support available. Teachers are always willing to go the extra mile to help out, not just in lessons, but throughout the school day. They've also directed me to loads of online resources that we can access to help with learning, on top of the teacher's support. I think this has really helped me to develop my independent learning skills, something that will be really useful for university.
For me, if there is one thing that has stood out in my years of attending this school, it is the extraordinary teaching that we receive. I can wholeheartedly say that my lessons are extremely interesting and engaging, and this was especially evident through the lockdown period when we had to resort to remote learning. Despite this, our lessons felt just the same, and we even received additional support for our anticipated June exams. The support has only increased since then.
I know from personal experience that an inspirational teacher can make all the difference. I wasn't planning to pick 2 of my 3 A-level subjects until I came into year 11, but it was my teachers that really helped me to find my subjects that I'm passionate about, and I couldn't be happier with my choices. I've enjoyed my first year of A-levels, and I'm currently in the application process to study physics at Oxford.
Yes, like Harvey says, we are currently in the process of applying to university, and the Compton School has helped us immensely. For example, various work experience programs have been arranged by the sixth form team in the aims of strengthening our applications for university. As I mentioned earlier, I'm currently studying psychology, sociology, and business studies. I then plan on studying law at university and hope to pursue a career in the corporate sector in the future. I believe that I will be able to reach my goals because of the individualized support from my teachers and their endless encouragement to push myself further.
Before we go, I just want to say I wouldn't have traded my experience for any other. The Compton has always encouraged me to set my sights on the highest goals and then supported me to reach them.
My advice would be to put yourself out there, try new things, and explore your talents. It may be easier said than done, but Neil Walsh once said that life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you both. You are fantastic ambassadors for the Compton School. It is a pleasure and so rewarding to have such incredible role models in our school. And I think we find the only downside of having a sixth form at the Compton School is it's very hard to say goodbye to students after 7 years when our students eventually leave. A question always asked on open evening is, will my child get in? Well, we had nearly 1,400 applicants last year for 210 places, but the area we draw from varies from each year, depending, for example, on the number of siblings coming through. It is not a static boundary. In short, allocation is based mostly on whether or not you have a son or daughter here already, and then how far away you live from the school. And then any statemented children are given priority. So it's statemented children, siblings, and then distance. Children who attend Moss Hall, Manoside, and Martins have an additional allocation of 30 places between them because there was a black spot, a sort of gap in the number of secondary school places for those students. So in short, we never know where our catchment will finish or end each year. It sort of fluctuates depending on various things. So nearly done. So all of this success has led us to being recognised as being one of the top secondary schools in the country. We feel hugely privileged to have received so many accolades over the years from the Secretary of State for Education, congratulating our students on their results. Our Ofsted inspection in 2018 also confirmed just how outstanding the Compton School is. I hope that my speech today has covered how successful and how happy your child would be here and the wider opportunities we provide. I'm just about to finish, but before I do, I want to remind you or recap on some of the important things about the Compton School. Firstly, our outstanding track record for high academic achievement over many years. Secondly, our clear values, the excellent behaviour and positive relationships we have here which underpin our success. The range of opportunities we provide for students to develop wider interests and our broad and balanced curriculum. Our focus on exceptional progress for everyone, every single group of students. And of course, the fact that you have one of the best schools in the country right on your doorstep. It just remains for me to say that I hope to see many of you next September. Please do take the opportunity this evening to talk to our students. Finish your tour if you haven't. If you are halfway around, you can actually pick up another tour guide. Talk to our teachers, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. And finally, thank you very much for coming. I know it's been a strange 2 years. We appreciate the effort you've made. I hope that none of you have any difficulties with petrol getting home, and I look forward to seeing many of you next September. Thank you very much.